Hi guys, my name is Jazz and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, I discuss everything fashion, beauty, and lifestyle. And today I'm going to be trying a new beauty product. I'm going to be trying the Fenty Beauty Bright Fix Eye Brighteners. I got the shade Pumpkin, which is supposed to be like the corrector shade, and the shade Almond Butter, which I guess is supposed to conceal or brighten my eyes. I'll be honest, this is the first time I'm pretty much reviewing something or trying something and I really don't know what I'm doing. Like I'm really confused. I'm like, okay, like I went into Sephora, I went in the gondola, and usually, like, you know, when you're buying something at Sephora, you get there and you're like, okay, cool, I'm getting this shade. I sat there for like 5 minutes and like I actually read the box because I was like, okay, yeah. And then I felt it on my hand. I was like, it's like not really a concealer, but it's a brightener. So I'm gonna just do my makeup like a regular get ready with me. I have to go out today, so I'm like, I figured I would just try it in front of you guys and see what I'm doing and what it does. So if you want to see or know more about this product, please stay tuned. So guys, I did my foundation just off camera because I just figured, let me try this, let me see what's going on, let me see what this is about. So the Fenty Beauty, the Bright Fix Eye Brightener, I'm gonna again read the box. It says, it instantly hydrates, brightens, and blurs, light as air, sheers to buildable coverage that lasts. And again, I got the shades Almond Butter and I got the shade Pumpkin to correct. I don't really correct, honestly. Usually when I do like my foundation or my concealer, it kind of just covers. I just find less is more. If I'm wearing like a full coverage concealer, I'm kind of just going to do that on its own. But feeling the texture, let me just feel the texture of it. So again, this is how it looks. This is the packaging. What I find interesting already is that I kind of like concealers, and I'm not sure about you guys, but I kind of like concealers to have like a brush, because now you see I got this French manicure. Like, I don't want my nails all messed up. I'm very particular. So it has like this applicator tip, kind of, I guess, to kind of go underneath where you want to correct. This is the orange one in the shade Pumpkin. So I guess you just put it on and kind of go from there. So I guess I'm going to just start with, let me show you guys the shade. This is the shade Almond Butter, which, I mean, looks like it will brighten my under eye. And let me show you guys the shade Pumpkin to correct. And this is the shade Pumpkin. Can you guys see it? I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but that's it right there. That's used to correct. It's a little bit dark. So I'm going to, let me get my mirror. I guess I'm going to take the shade Pumpkin first to kind of just go underneath to brighten my eyes a little bit. So let me put the camera up closer. So I put a little bit of the shade Pumpkin. I do suffer from a lot of darkness under my eyes, so hopefully this pumpkin works out for me. So I'm going to put a little bit of that first. Okay, so you got to squeeze it a little bit for it to come out. And then I'm going to just tap it with the Beauty Blender to kind of see. I'm not sure if you guys can see anything. I'll brighten up the video, of course, but looking at it, I'm like, okay. I remember there was like a point in time, probably like a few years ago, when it was like corrector, everybody correct. And I remember I was like doing it wrong, and then all of a sudden I would correct, and then like my foundation would start changing colors. It was just a mess, but this kind of instantly brights, I guess I can say. I'm gonna just put the concealer on top. As I'm actually going to put a little bit more of the corrector. As I'm putting it on, it's very, very, very light. So if you guys are used to like correctors, it almost reminds me of that Makeup Forever primer where it corrects first, but it's very light coverage just to kind of just correct it so you don't have to worry about it like blending in with your foundation. I'm going to add a little bit more just to blend it out. So I added a little bit more to kind of correct it a little bit. As you can see, the darkness is gone. It's very, very, very light coverage. Like, they were right about that. Like, it's light, so you don't have to worry about it being too heavy. Now I'm gonna go in with the Almond Butter, which is gonna be the brightening color for me, to conceal. This will be interesting because I want to see, because usually, like, I do actually use the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Concealer, which is a full coverage concealer. So I want to see if I don't have to use, since I corrected, do I have to use this, or can I get away with just using the brightener? So we'll see. So let's do this now. So I'm going to put Almond Butter underneath my eyes. I feel like this set for a little bit. So let me use Almond Butter. And as you can see, it's like really brightening. I feel like because it's light coverage, I'm going to probably add more than I would normally add. And I'm going to go on with this eye too. It's very thin. It's very liquidy. So even if you guys get to feel it in store, technically they don't want you touching anything, but it's very liquidy. I probably put too much or too little, I'm not sure. But I'm going to just go like I would apply my normal concealer. And then just put some in the middle of my forehead. And then here. And it's very, like I said, it's very kind of runny. So I'm going to let it sit for like a second because I don't want it to like just absorb in my beauty blender. So hold on, guys. Guys, so I let it dry down a little bit, so I'm going to blend it out with my beauty blender and let's see what happens here. I think the key to this, to get the coverage that you want and are looking for, you have to let it dry down a little bit. So now that it's drying down, I mean, I don't know how I feel, guys. I just feel I'm blending it out. There's really nothing to blend. I feel like it's absorbing like almost in the sponge. I'm wondering if like a sponge is the wrong thing to use with this. So I like my under eyes to be like a little bit brighter. So looking at it, I feel like I'm gonna apply it a little bit more. So I put a little bit more just because I feel like I just want a little bit of more products. You know, I just want a little bit more. So I'm gonna let it dry down a little bit. So far, thinking I'm still not really sure about this product and what it's supposed to kind of be, because yes, I think if you use it, so far I think if you use it like the orange shade, or if you're lighter, if you use the peach shade to correct, I feel like that's great. But as a concealer, I'm not sure. It kind of depends what you're looking for. Like if I'm concealing, I'm concealing. I want it to conceal. I don't want to keep applying layer after layer to conceal. So it depends like kind of what you have going on with your skin. Like I suffer from dark circles, so I need concealer. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to go in with the brightener, go in with 2 layers of this. That seems just like a lot more work when I can just grab this, you know? So let's see when I blend another layer out. So adding another layer definitely helps. Like I need 2 layers just to get what I'm looking for, you know? Like of course you can get away with 1, but I have bags. I guess I'm really tired. I don't know. I try everything to get rid of my dark circles, but nothing ever works. But at this point, I just feel like I'm stuck with them. But adding another layer is something, even in this one, I feel like this eye is brighter than this eye. So let me go add more to this eye. So I'm gonna add some more to this eye. Let that dry down. So as you can see, like I'm adding more and more to get what I'm looking for, because I feel like looking even at the camera, I feel like this is brighter than this eye. So I'm gonna go add more, and I guess while I'm here, I'm gonna just add more to the middle of my forehead and here. Not even set yet. Yeah. This is getting very interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna blend this out one more time just so this eye can get some love. Okay, let me blend this out. Okay, so I feel like I have enough now, so I'm gonna just go in with my Fenty Beauty Honey Pro Filt'r powder. This is what I always use to set my under eyes, kind of just set. Just bake a little bit. So I'm gonna just let this sit. I'm gonna do the rest of my face and I'm gonna come back with my final thoughts. I think you guys probably will already know what I think, but nonetheless, I'm gonna just come back and tell you guys what I think about this product. Hey guys, so I'm back and I wanted to give you guys my final thoughts on the Fenty Beauty Bright Fix Eye Brightener. So I think probably of all the products that Fenty has launched, it's probably been the most confusing because I really didn't know how I was supposed to use this. I didn't really know if I should use it as concealer. Do I put it before my concealer? I think if you want, so for me, I use it as concealer. I wasn't sure if I should have put this first and then concealer on top. So if you plan on using the Bright Fix as your concealer and you need coverage, like you have darkness or anything under your eyes, maybe a little bit of puffiness, you're gonna have to layer this a lot to kind of get the coverage you want. Like I got the coverage that I want, but I had to apply like 2 or 3 layers. And for that matter, if I'm gonna apply 2 or 3 layers of this, then I'm going to either go in with my NARS Creamy Radiant or even the Pro Filt'r Concealer, because under my eyes, I like to have coverage because I have dark circles. So for me to add on layers of like 2 to 3 layers of this when I could just reach for this and add 1 layer, it doesn't quite make sense for me. So if you're looking for a little bit of coverage under your eyes and you have to conceal something, hence the name of concealer, then I probably would say pass on this to use as that. Now, if you are somebody who has a little slight darkness, you have perfect under eyes and you have a little something something, then this will be perfect for you. Even though I feel like it doesn't really give you coverage at all, like none. Like pretty much you will have like, you have no type of darkness under your eyes, because still I feel like you should just use a concealer instead. As far as the corrector, I think this was a great launch to add into like the Fenty brand, because they didn't have correctors, and correctors are great. I know some people have like darkness around the mouth, then this is great. Then I would say definitely pick this up. For me, I probably didn't need to do like the Bright Fix under my eyes. I would just have gone in with my concealer, the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Concealer, and just went about my business. So do I think it was a bad product? No, it's just felt a little unnecessary to me. Like I probably wouldn't reach for this again. I could use the corrector just to have in my collection, and it's good as a corrector. But you know, this is probably a little confusing. Let me know if you were confused by this Fenty launch. I know I can't be the only one who was like, how do I use this? What do I do? But I got it done, but it took me 2 to 3 layers. So I definitely say it's gonna be probably a pass for me. Again, you can use the corrector as corrector, but I felt like as brightener, you know, it just didn't make sense to keep adding on layers. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you feel the same. Have you tried it? What do you think? Are you confused? Was I just confused? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Be sure to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss any videos. Until next time, guys, be safe and be well. Bye.